Wow,
Right.
that was
Wow.
graphic.
That was.
Okay, so I read about this pod in the email. Basically, this pod is they want us to do like an icebreaker to get to
Yeah.
know each other a little bit better.
I think
We
that's-
spent a little bit of time in the green room before coming out here, but this is a way for us to sort of let each other know and let you know at home a little bit more about ourselves and sort of what makes Paul Brutal, for example.
And what makes Barney the Birdman the Birdman?
Right. So I actually
Here he comes. And we don't know each other really, so
No,
this is pretty
not
helpful
really.
for us. We just met.
welcome back.
Thank you.
So I've actually prepared some here. We're gonna play a game, a little game called Two Truths and a Lie.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
yes.
you are familiar with how
Yeah,
Two Truths
this
and a
is
Lie
like a
works?
camp game. I
Okay.
send my kids to those camps, those away camps. They always
Ah.
come back and they're like, I was winning at Two Truths and a Lie. My boys.
I've never been to camp. So here we go. And you at the audience at home in the chat, if you want to listen to my truths and lies and try to identify which one is a lie, because I'm gonna say 3 facts about myself, and one of them is gonna be the lie, right?
So
Yeah,
so it wouldn't be 3
It'd
facts.
It would be 2 facts
And a lie.
and one
Fabrication.
opinion.
fake
One fabrication.
one fake fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Excellent. Okay.
All right, so yeah. Say if you think you know what the lie is, we're going to try and guess.
Yeah, please, at home, try to identify what you think is not true about me, Paul Brutal.
All right.
Okay,
I'm going to put my thinking cap on.
Okay, fact or not fact, number 1. I own 2 separate timeshares that are across the street from each other in Hilton Head, North Carolina. In North Carolina, Hilton Head, I have 2 separate timeshares
Wow, good.
under the
If
Paul
that's
Brutal
true,
name,
I mean,
and they're right across the street from each other.
if that's true,
That's
kinda cool.
that's 1.
That's
That
impressive.
might be true.
Good to own property.
Might not be true. I don't know. Number 2, a little bit about me. In 9th grade, I was voted most likely to become a car salesman.
Oh. Did that go in the yearbook and ever? Well, I guess you.
Maybe so,
it
maybe
did.
not. Maybe so, maybe that's true.
Oh, okay.
Could be a lie.
These both feel pretty spot on.
In
so
9th
far.
grade, I was voted most likely to be a car salesman.
Okay.
Allegedly, maybe. And now for my 3rd potential fact,
Okay.
I've traveled to every English-speaking country in the world. All of the English-speaking countries in the world, I've been personally, I've stepped foot in all those countries. So those are my 3 facts.
Okay. Now we have to think.
And if you at home have any guesses as to which of those facts is the false fact, please type them out in the chat. We love to hear your guesses at home.
Yeah, if you get it right, I think we could figure out some sort of.
we can give you.
prize.
Yeah, we can give you a prize.
There's a prize involved if you're able to guess correctly. Once again, those facts were I was voted most likely to be a car salesman in 9th grade by my peers. I own 2 separate timeshares in Hilton Head, North Carolina. They are across the street from one another. And then I've traveled to every single English-speaking country in the world. Every English-speaking nation I have visited at one point or another over my illustrious career. So those are my 3 facts.
Great. Well, I'm gonna take a stab at it.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts. I'm wondering if we're on the same page here.
Yeah. Should we have a side huddle to determine if just that's good. No, that will work. Yeah. Bananas actually absorb a lot of sound.
So I'm thinking.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna hold
I'll
this.
plug my ears.
Yeah, you can plug your. It seems unlikely that he's been to every English-speaking nation. is
I
that
was
what you
thinking that
said?
too. He doesn't look like he can travel very well.
Yeah, he looks like he gets stopped for sure. Like,
All the time.
security.
Not even by like officials,
Yeah,
but like
not
people on the
even-
street.
Not even in a way where it's like that's profile. It's just like you should
Yeah.
stop that guy.
It's like, who are you?
It's like, yeah. So that's my guess. And
Okay.
also, for sure, he gives off a car salesman vibe,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Selling cars, that's cool. But
But-
I could see him. I could see that. If I was a kid, I know I'd vote for him for that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't buy a car from him, but
But I believe that he would sell me one.
I would buy a motorcycle for sure.
I think, yeah, a motorcycle and maybe like one of those like souped up scooters.
Yeah.
That has lights,
Yep.
or maybe like one of those mini cars.
Yes. Okay, well, let's go with
The other fact, just for fairs.
he owned two
Okay.
different types of property.
They were right across the street from each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be true or false, but the other one feels a lot more false to me.
Yeah, let's go with
Alright.
English-speaking countries.
Okay. The bananas are down.
All right, you can remove.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
You
doing
can-
such a good job.
That was great.
Okay, we think
You
we have
feel
our
you feel
answer.
like you're ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. And once again, chat at home, don't be shy. If you have a guess, or if you just want to say anything at all, if you have
Just say
opinions
hi.
about anything that we're saying here, you just want to say hello, we will say your name and whatever you say in the chat, no matter what it is. We
That's
will
a lot
say
of
it.
power.
I will scream it.
Oh.
What in the
Who
world
will-
have I stumbled
who
upon?
will-
Hello,
Oh,
assless chaps.
Assless chaps, welcome to the program.
Well, real quick, do you want to review in case assless
Sure.
chaps
So
just
assless chaps, if you're just joining us now, this is a talk show panel where three experts discuss different topics. Right now, we're in an icebreaker segment.
Because we don't know each other. We just
So
met.
we're learning about each other, and I just shared three statements, one of which is a lie and two of which are true. And so it's up to my compatriots here on the panel to guess which of the statements is a lie. So once again, just to remind everybody, my three statements were I was voted most likely to become a car salesman by my peers in 9th grade. I own, I suppose I own partially 2 timeshares, both of which are in Hilton Head, North Carolina, and both of which are on the same street, across the street from one another. And the third one is I've traveled to every English-speaking country in the world. So those are the 3 facts, and it's up to you to decide which one is false.
All right. I feel the power of this brain food coursing through me. I think me and Mr. Fontoon here have a pretty good guess. So do you want to lay it on him?
We do not believe that you traveled to every English-speaking country.
Wow. Wow, you pinned it perfectly.
And so does
So
Team
Team
Russell.
Russell.
Wow, and Team Russell,
What'd you get?
congratulations.
Hey!
You guys are correct. Unfortunately, I have not been able to travel. There's actually been a little bit of bureaucratic red tape involved in Scotland, for example. I'm no longer actually allowed into Scotland because of some differences in our opinions on nutrition. They've
Oh.
classified me as a nutritional terrorist,
Oh
which I
my.
felt like was extreme language. But
didn't
they
even-
seem...
I didn't know that language existed at all.
and neither did I. And to be honest, I feel like it's sort of a Scottish thing. But the Scots have classified me as a nutritional terrorist, and therefore I'm no longer allowed in any part of the United Kingdom. And so, unfortunately, Brits, I'm trying to get over there. As soon as the Scotland Yard clears my visa, I'm going to be bringing the food decagon over to you guys. Really excited about that. But unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. But congratulations, you guys
Hey,
were spot on.
well, and Team Russell
and
as
Team
well.
Russell.
Great
so I
job,
think,
Team Russell.
I think they won. All we really have are these bananas. We
Yeah.
can,
We'll write Team Russell.
And that's I can't read who typed it, but it says Scotch taper sucks.
It was Team Ajan.
Team Ajan, yeah, 100% agree. But you can't win every battle, so I'm just trying to win the war. And that's getting green screened out.
Hold
so
on.
It's kind
Hold
of.
on. Try. How about this angle?
Well,
Perfect. It
Yeah.
says Team Russell.
Team Russell. So congratulations, Team Russell.
Yeah.
The
We'll do
banana-
the, 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 the,
Excellent. Okay.
Let us know when you get it.
So that should be on its way to you. Team Russell, yeah, give us a shout out when that banana reaches you for your victory in this round of Ice Brain-kers.
All right. So I guess next up, right?
Next up, yes. Who
We've
has
learned,
some facts?
We've learned two things about you, but
I'll go.
great.
Team Aijan says, peel that nanner, do it. I dare you. Team Aijan, don't worry. It seems that there's multiple segments in the show where people will be eating bananas. So if you stick around, I'm sure you'll be able to see another nanner peeled, and that dare will be satisfied. So,
We're working on that
stay here.
first one.
Stay tuned in.
Hello?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm hearing you.
We're good.
All right, let's do another two truths and a lie. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm ready to do some guessing on my part.
I will go.
Oh, great.
So these will be the three statements. Statement 1. My father was murdered when I was 12 years old.
I feel like
Statement number 2.
Wow, how do you
I purchased the guns that my father was murdered from the man who shot him when I was 23 years old.
just real quick, but I don't want to interrupt you, but we got a comment from Team Russell. A brick that does not have my name on it just went through my kitchen window. Was that you guys too?
No. Right?
I don't think we're liable for whatever Amazon does to deliver packages.
It could have been Amazon. It might have been us. I'm not totally sure.
That's true. I'm not entirely sure on how if the banana didn't get to you, I'm sorry, but maybe that's like a sort of a warning. Like, here comes the banana. I'm not sure how that.
Yeah. There's
Okay,
a
Second brick,
second
the
brick.
second brick probably was us, because if it was 2 bricks,
That feels intentional.
that seems like it was
That
on
feels
purpose.
intentional.
So if you got 2 bricks through the window, yeah, that seems like a pattern is being established. I wouldn't worry.
I would worry by tomorrow if you haven't gotten a banana.
Can't have Amazon. My house uses a computer.
Find
My mom uses a
I
computer.
found a child on my.
doorstep and named it everything now.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's
The
great.
banana. Okay, and here's the banana.
Hey,
Excellent.
got the
Okay,
banana.
and so everything's working out.
Enjoy your 2 bricks, your kid, and your banana.
Very
Right.
good. All right, so just to rewind, recap real
Anyway,
quick.
yeah, let me recap those first 2 statements. Statement number 1, my father was murdered when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
Statement number 2, I purchased the guns that my father was shot with by the man who shot him when I was 23. Statement 3, my favorite dish from Denny's is the Grand Slam.
Okay. So can we confer here a little bit?
Yeah, let's put up the
If you wouldn't mind
shield.
plugging your ears while we.
Put up the banana shield.
All right. So we have to pick one of these to be the lie, right? And,
Okay, these are. Is it just me or are these a little dark?
it does seem like, yeah, it seemed like 2 of the facts were based on the murder of his father, which to me felt
Which
kind of dark.
it feels dark, but also the fact that 2 of them are based on.
That's
that
what I'm thinking, is
means
that those are linked.
Those have got to be. Both,
Those are probably
right?
true. So, I mean, but to be fair, the Denny's Grand Slam is really delicious, and if that's a lie, I would be
Still
surprised.
Eat that, I'm guessing.
No, I used to be able to eat that back in the day. I still get these cravings for these things since I went to the food
We'll tell
deck
you
again.
what, but next time I go, I'll have 2 and one's for you.
Okay, all right.
But I think we're on the same page.
I think so.
It's got to be. Although I mean.
Your
What else
dad,
could be-
your dad died slipping on a banana peel. Al. Oh, I didn't catch the name of that commenter.
It was Team Aijan.
Team Aijan. I don't know who Al is.
But Denny's.
But Denny's dad, it sounds like, was murdered.
Well, I guess we're about to find
By
out.
some guns. That's my thought. It seems like that's your thought too.
All
So
right,
we're gonna
let's
go ahead and
in.
I think
If anyone has any guesses, now's the time to throw them
No.
out.
welcome back, Denny.
Thank you.
We've had a
conversation
conversation here, and if you want to just run us through your facts one more time so that the chat has a chance. To
I can
guess
do that.
before we tell you our answer.
Statement number 1, my father was murdered when I was 12 years old. Statement number 2, I purchased the guns that shot my father from the man who shot my father when I was 23 years old.
Wait,
State-
hold on, just a real quick, because in the first fact you said you were 12 years old, and then in the second fact you said you were you
Oh, so
purchased
he's
a
saying
gun.
He bought them many
when you were
years
20.
later.
Okay,
Or
I see what
maybe
you're
he
saying.
didn't.
So
I am-
11 years later,
Yes.
allegedly, is when you purchased the gun from the killer of your father.
Correct.
Okay.
Statement number 3. The Grand Slam is my favorite dish at Denny's.
Okay, so we talked it over.
Team Russell has a thought real quick. How could he know that they were the same guns? That's a good point, Team Russell.
Well, I think we have to.
There
know
is
which
a
one
registration
true.
number on every firearm.
Okay. Oh,
Tom Aijan. I thought it was Team Aijan for this whole time. My vote is the second one. Okay, so it seems like the chat is thinking that it's the second fact, that he purchased the guns from the man who killed his father 11 years later.
Now, the people at the table here, I mean, first of all, I just want to get it out there that ideally facts 1 and 2 would be false in a perfect world, because those don't sound very good for you. But I think we talked it over, and we think that it's number 3.
Yeah, our guess over on this side is going to be the third fact, that the fact about the Denny's Grand Slam.
Because the first 2 seem linked.
Okay. Statement number 1 is true.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
My
so
father
sorry.
was
I'm
murdered
sorry.
when I was 12 years old.
My condolences.
Yes.
I am a dad, and I understand.
Statement number 3. The Grand Slam from Denny's is my favorite dish is true.
Oh,
I love the Grand Slam.
Oh,
whoa.
well. Color me surprised.
Statement number 2. When I was 23 years old, I purchased the guns that killed my father by the man who killed my father is false. I purchased the guns from his father,
Oh.
for his son had died in an unfortunate accident that was not related to me or anyone else.
Wait, so the person who killed your father, you purchased the guns that he used to kill your father from that guy's father?
Yes.
Okay. Whoa.
Maybe we should.
So who won that round from the chat? Tom. Oh,
Tom
okay.
and-
Tom is
Tom
the big winner.
and Russell. But
Okay.
I guess we already gave one to Team
Yeah,
Russell.
Team Russell
so-
already won a prize, so it looks like this prize is going to be going to Tom. What did he do with the guns is asking Team Russell, and then do you still have the guns is a follow-up question from Tom.
I still have the guns.
And that's your banana, Tom. So that's going to be
Good
coming
get.
your way. And here it goes. Okay, and it should be on its way. There may be a couple of bricks that are coming before it. It sounded like Team Russell had an experience where there were a couple of bricks.
You're doing good. Oh, you just gotta.
Yeah,
You gotta just kick it in a bit,
give it a kick.
just like that, and you just wow, perfect.
Excellent.
There's really been a lot of bricks, says Team Russell. I don't think that's related to our delivery, but if it is,
Yeah, it's sounding more and more like a barrage of bricks.
did the banana come through the same window that the bricks did? Tom said it was very fast. You got the banana. Oh, it's in his
Tom,
hand.
excellent. Okay.
Tell us how it tastes, buddy.
He's got it.
Are you peeling?
That's great. I'm very excited that the delivery system is working out. I think we should move on to the final round of our ice
Okay.
breakers.
Okay.
Same window, many other. Okay.
All right. I have my 3 facts or maybe fiction, depending on what you think. All right. So here's statement number 1. This could be true or false. I already kind of mentioned that I'm an engineer of sorts. So statement number 1 is that I did a modification to the mini fridge in my man cave, where I took off the front door and I replaced it with like a clear glass, so that anytime anyone comes in, they could see all the assorted Powerade colors that I have, and they could just see it right when they walk in. So that's number 1, that I modded my mini fridge in my man cave. Number 2 is I as I mentioned already, I do work for Disney and I do the animatronics at the park. So at one point, my friends and I were working on the Pirates ride, doing some routine maintenance, and they kind of convinced me to write "Property of Barney" on the lower back of one of the pirate wenches. And then I immediately felt so bad about it that I vomited into the little canal, and they had to shut down the ride for the rest of the day. So that's number 2. And number 3 is that my wife and I sleep in 2 separate beds. So that's the third one. And who knows which one's true and which one is lie.
Wow. Okay. Those are some interesting potential facts. Honestly, this is the toughest one I think we've had so far tonight.
Let me recap real quick before I plug my ears. So that's
Yes.
number 1, mini fridge modification to show off my Powerade. Number 2, I did a little tramp stamp on a pirate wench in the Pirates ride, and then I felt really bad, threw up, and they closed the ride for a long time while they cycled out my vomit. And then number 3, me and my wife sleep in 2 separate beds.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me grab a way so we can see the chat a little better.
All right. I'm gonna I can't hear now.
All right, I'm going to just sort of pontificate, maybe with the chat. You guys can help me. It sounded like in the chat, you guys were thinking it might be number 1 is the fake news, or number 3 might be the lie. Number 1, I don't know, a modification to a refrigerator. Barney's a smart guy. He's an animatronic expert. So that makes me feel like he could do that. Like, that would be pretty easy for him. Here we go. Now we got the chat here. This is great. This will make things a lot easier for us. Great. So what do we got here?
What'd you come up with?
So we're trying to decide. It seems like the chat seems to think that Barney has sex with his wife a lot. So that might mean that the third one is a lie.
Okay.
Because they might be sharing the same bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's probably either 2 or 3, because I believe that he could easily modify his refrigerator. That seems like it's easily in the realm of possibility. The other one with the tramp stamp and the puking into the canal. I don't know.
I think that number 2 is the false one, because I believe that the amount of vomit that it would take to completely shut down a ride into liquid would need to be a substantial amount.
That's a good point. Yeah. I haven't ever been to Disney where they shut down a ride because of puke. Usually, I feel like they just kind of go with it. But I'm actually not allowed into Disney anymore due to some differences in opinion. But that's how it was, at least in 1993 when I was there last.
Great. Well, I guess we can reveal.
Okay. Wow, those bananas really do work. I couldn't hear a thing.
And we got some comments from the chat here. Tom is saying Universal all the way. Not sure what that means.
Are you saying versus Disney?
Compared to
or
Disneyland.
like you love the universe.
All right, well, let me just address that. Though I do work for Disney, I'm a man who makes animatronics, and there's very talented artists over at Universal making, things like The Mummy, the Jurassic Park ride. I've honestly worked on a couple of those myself in the past, so no hard feelings against Universal. What I don't like, though, is the motion rides that they have, the Simpsons and the Transformers, and they previously, though I love Back to the Future, I don't like a ride that's just a video.
Oh, well, Tom says the Simpsons ride made his dad puke on his mom, which makes me feel like the puking fact. Well, we already decided.
Okay.
I don't want to go back and second guess
Do we
myself.
have guesses from the chat?
I've never been on a ride with my dad.
Right, because he was
Right. Oh my gosh.
when you were 12, he was murdered.
I gotta pass. I can get people in. What? I think we should go.
I would like to go on the wet mountain.
Oh, Splash Mountain.
Yes.
That one's great. That's got some animatronics in there. I can tell you all about it.
Great.
There's one bear that's hanging upside down. And
Okay, so the
I'll
chat,
talk
just
later.
so that we're sure, they're guessing that the first fact is
Fridge?
the lie. The mini fridge, or the regular size fridge?
Mini fridge.
Mini fridge.
Mini fridge man cave.
They're guessing that is the lie. Now, we here on the panel, we're of the opinion that the second fact about the puking into the canal, that is the lie. So,
Okay. Well, let me dispel some hearsay. Fact number one, that I modded my mini fridge is true.
oh,
I did mod my mini fridge because I like to have kind of like an aesthetic assortment of colors of my Powerade, and I felt like it was wasted with the door closed. And now when anyone pulls back the curtain on my man cave and comes in and takes a look, they can see. So that's true. Number two, the fact that I put a little tramp stamp, I guess they call it, on a pyro wench, that is also true.
Wow.
I did
Whoa.
do that.
Oh,
it was
gosh.
peer pressure. I know. It was peer pressure from a couple of the guys at Disney, and I didn't want to do it, but they were like, Barney, prove that you have balls. And I was like, okay, because I wanted to prove that. And but then I felt really bad about it because I started thinking about what like a young kid coming to Disneyland who like wants a female role model would say. And so I puked into the canal, and it was a lot, and the water was running, so it just ran down the canal. They were kind of cycling the water at the time, so it just shot down the canal, and they were kind of chasing after it, trying to get it out with like one of those pool nets. And then they realized, just let it go, just let it cycle through a couple times, and we'll just have to shut down the ride.
Wow.
So that's true.
wow.
Not my brightest moment. And that means the fact that we sleep in 2 beds, me and my wife, must be
False.
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 The reality is that me and my wife don't sleep in separate beds. She sleeps in our bed, and I sleep on the couch.
Oh.
So not 2 separate beds, but a bed and a couch.
Well, it looks like nobody from the chat or from the panel got the correct one on that one.
Group high five.
Yep. So
Group high five. Yeah. Yes.